This episode of Speakers of Hydaelyn is made possible by our generous patrons. Special thanks to our Supreme and Master Speakers, Circuit Barrakiel, Remy Asalia, Ameiji Cat Comet, Erisu Yamakawa, Arcadia Lunashine, Dramavian, Nina Grimsdaughter, Casey Schaefer, Dimos, Lily Black, Hans Grenade, Sapa Chakwatol, Faris Jantoru, Cletus Oreo, Quick Levin, Luke Leonatrell, Ceres, Icy Lee, Lyria Rain, Pamela Isley, Umbral Wind, Naive Arino, Celeste Rascris, Elenriel Maximus, Edwin, Bob Cece, Fabson Voidworm, Remy Maverick, Code Red No, Mira Miri, Winebow Brood, Babe Arbalade, Kaisa Regina, Uzora Akari, AJ Brainswordson, Suno Shikano, Shesha Saltiri, Gideon Ura, Buster Gearhold, Azuta Starbreeze, and Camille Grino. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV. Thank you.
This is Speakers of Hydaelyn.
Good evening, Eorzeans. Welcome to Speakers of Hydaelyn episode 227. It's the new year, 2020. I'm joined today by... Oh, please, just work. Georgi Weston and Rollo Des.
Hey.
It's 2021. Did I say 2020? I'm going to do that a lot. 2021. I have just learned before we went live, forgot to mention this, but chat is dying again.
Oh, I was going to ask about that.
So there was no this when we started the stream, which was very sad. Very sad. But we'll just keep going as if live chat is working. Today is January 2nd, literally only 2 days into the new year. 2020, even in the show notes it says January 2nd, 2020, it says, in the thing that's supposed to help me say the date correctly. Today's main topics, 2020 review, or in review. We have had an interesting year. So we'll talk about how this has affected 14. We'll be reading 1 or 2 interviews from backstage investigators, depending on time. And we'll discuss Heavensturn, I don't even know if review is a thing for Heavensturn, but we'll talk about it anyways. And then if there is time at the end, well, there should be, we will read at least 1 Mog Mail. That's a goal. Stay tuned for the post show. I will be reading questions from the Syndicate. Questions from the Syndicate. Remind me to load up questions from the Syndicate after this. It's been 2 weeks. I'm a little rusty on what I need to prep for each show, but there you go. All right.
Oh, they did put this in the Discord, though, actually. So there was a this.
All right. It's so weird. It feels like we're offline now because there's no chat. It's kind of nice, but also very weird. All right. Let's jump into channel updates. We'll start... Why did I put that first? All right, well, let's start with that.
Strap yourselves in, guys.
Yes. There's a lot of channel updates. So, let's start with Star Trek. Specifically, this is for those of you that have not watched, like, Twitch streams, like, especially a YouTube audience, it's going to be like, what? There's a brand new viewing party that starts up on Thursday, this coming Thursday. That is the 7th. Am I saying yes? Yeah. Thursday, January 7th at 8 p.m. GMT. That's 9 p.m. Central European, 3 p.m. Eastern. Excluding movie night Thursdays, it'll be every Thursday except for the last one of the month, which is reserved for movie night. It'll be open for Master Supreme and now also senior speakers. So that's 3 tiers of patrons that can join and watch the next generation with us. Each party has 3 episodes, so we're guessing roughly 3 hours, but the length of Star Trek episodes tends to fluctuate a little, so it'll be around 3 hours. There's a new text and voice channel which will appear either today or later. It'll appear eventually before the event. So there you go. If you want to watch Star Trek, come watch Star Trek. Next on the list, I know everyone's really looking forward to this update. What is its original name even? Chronicles of a Realm.
Chronicles.
Chronicles of a Realm. At the end of the month, there will be an episode. This is Gridania's MSQ. There will be 1 episode per month, but it'll be Patreon first, and then it'll be public after I've published all of them. So then they'll be released once a week for the public. Fallen Rise. I've started the outline for Fallen Rise. The next episode, that's not an addendum, that's an actual episode, which will take on 2.5 up and the end of A Realm Reborn. So we're clearing out all of the 2.0 stuff and preparing for Heavensward. So there's also an episode of Roar coming, and it should come out late, I would say summer, like early summer maybe, and it'll be about PvP, which is a very interesting topic in 14 because it has had quite the life. So that's going to be interesting to work on. We've talked about this last year. Who Wants to Be a Gillionaire is supposed to come back, but because of all the stuff that's happening on Twitch, there's additional rework required because we are using music that will definitely get claimed. So that has to be changed, which means I need to change almost everything. But I also need to change the graphics in Gillionaire is a little inconsistent because there's stuff has been updated and then I've left other things in because I haven't bothered to like do a full rework. I'll just do that as well now. So we get a brand new Gillionaire. And that is probably late summer, early autumn. We'll see. Cerulean Reactor.
What a timeline.
Yeah. I've tried
should
to
probably say that.
Yeah, go on.
Should probably also say that it's the music that's taken directly from the show that's the problem.
Yes. None of the music in Gillionaire is ours. It is all from the show. So that all of that, think about how many sound effects and sounds there are in Gillionaire. All of that has to be changed. Cerulean Reactor episode 1 will go out. Well, it should be this month, but we have not decided on the date yet. It'll follow a release pattern similar to Speakers, where patrons get first access, and then it'll be released to the public. Still not sure how this goes, but it is coming this month, so you'll see it soon. That's that. The survey, thank you to everyone who's responded to the big survey that we released a couple of months ago now. I think it's time to close it. I feel like we've received more than enough feedback.
More than expected.
For sure.
Yes. The next long... this is not based on the survey, by the way. This one was decided before the survey. But Final Fantasy XII is finally happening because... we finished 6 yesterday.
Yeah.
And by finish, I mean we looked up the ending and watched it on YouTube.
It was that bad?
Well,
We were very underleveled, Rollo.
Yeah, 6 wasn't the game. Like we when you stream a game, you don't want to do the grinding on stream, but then also with 6, I didn't really want to do the grinding off stream either.
So are you saying you didn't like 6?
No. So I liked the story of 6. It's an intriguing story, but I will say, bullshit mechanics. There are many of them. Like, how could you... Oh, it's so liberating to say this without having chat, like, move and be like, actually, Lukiel, because I can just say this now. No, let's just preface this with, I like 6. I think 6 had a good story, but boy, did it age not so good. Because it has... you can miss, like, more than half of the character roster if you don't know everything about this game. There is a point, spoilers for 6, there is a point when you first get to like you get to like Kefka's what will become Kefka's tower. Is that where we jump off? Georgi, do you remember? Yeah. You have to essentially jump, you have a timer, and you have to reach a destination before the timer runs out, otherwise everyone dies. So obviously you think, I need to get there fast and jump off. But there are random encounters that slow you down. We jumped off, and I kid you not, the moment I jump off, someone in chat says, please do not jump off. And I jumped off. And now we had killed a character, because the only way to get that character is to stay there until, like, a second.
1 second is left.
1 second is left, Rollo.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise the character dies. What? How are you supposed to know that?
So they can still strategy guys, I guess?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. I think so.
That's funny.
Some would also probably say that it's for replay of value. I know a lot of people love 6, so I can't wait for the comment section to rip me a couple of new ones. But
well, the great thing is that you don't get that immediate feedback right now.
That's good. That's true.
Good. Put it in the Discord chat, though. We'll see that.
Well, no, I won't. I refuse to open it. No, but overall, it's a classic game. But
it sounds like you're glad you're done with it.
Yes. Oh boy, I even finished all the graphics for 12 for our 12 playthrough. It's already
really.
That's how ready I am. And I have to say, the ending of 6, very impressive for the SNES. They really pushed that console, and it came out at the end of its life, but it's still really cool. Let's jump into this week in 14. What have you done? Oh, what have you done this week? Rollo. Twist.
Surprisingly, this week I've actually not done that much. The holidays kept me a lot busier than I expected, and also had to work a lot during the holidays.
Right.
But I don't know, I'm finishing up Monk still. I can't believe I still haven't finished it. It's like level 78 or something like that now. So I'm just going to finish that this week and be done with it.
Catching up on you, Rollo.
Yeah.
Georgi?
Rollo, do you have more?
No, just did more ocean fishing too.
Yeah. Oh, God, I need to do that more. I've only done it that one time that we did it.
I like the new locations.
I haven't even seen them.
Well, I like 2 of the new locations. I don't like one of them. Maybe, I don't know if it's always like this, but when I went there, it was completely foggy, so nothing was visible. So it was just a boat in the middle of an ocean with fog all around, no identifying landmarks or anything. It might be designed to look like that, but I'm not 100% sure because I've only been there once.
Oh, okay. What have you done this week then, Georgi?
Yes, other than a little bit of ocean fishing, it doesn't sound like as much as Rollo. I want to do more, like you as well, Lukiel. I have gotten to level 110 solo as a red mage in Palace of the Dead on Ragnarok.
Ooh, nice.
So I'm
trying to get the Necromancer title still?
Nope. I can guarantee you I won't get that. I will go as far as I can before I die. The furthest I've ever gotten solo is level floor 140 as a scholar. Other than that, I have completed another shared fate zone. I've only got Kalusia and the Tempest left to do. And I've only got like 3 fates left to do in Kalusia. And other than that, I finally finished leveling Samurai and I've started working on Monk. This is the most fun I've had ever playing Monk in the entire lifetime of this game.
Nice. I don't think I've even touched... Because I leveled it before the rework, so I guess I'm... Glowing reviews for the rework then, I guess. Yeah, I haven't done much. I'm trying to remember what I've done at all. Have I done anything this week?
No, you stayed at the cabin and that was it.
Oh yeah, I've been at the well, I was at the cabin for like 3 days, but yes, it's been the holidays happened. Busy. I have capped my tomes last week, and I probably will this week. So I've kept up on that, but yeah. Other than that, not very exciting. Waiting for patch. When are we getting the next one? A week or 2?
Is it end of January?
Is it really that far away?
It definitely is not the end of January.
It's not,
because
okay.
the 0.1 patches are normally like within a month. So I would expect either at the end of this week or at latest 2 weeks from now.
Well,
yeah. Right. Let's jump into recent events. Well, let's start with the rewards. 14 wins IGN's Best Ongoing Game 2020 and PC Gamer's Best Ongoing Game 2020. Congratulations. Much better name for that award than Still Playing.
it sounds so sad.
Yeah, it does. So congratulations.
What games did we beat?
Good question.
Here it is. Okay, Animal Crossing, Destiny 2, GT Online, and No Man's Sky. At least for IGN, and then for I can't see the nominees for PC Gamer.
Strong well, is it?
Animal Crossing being under Still Playing is interesting considering it just came out this year.
Yeah. Also, not because I was gonna say, maybe because usually Best Ongoing Game is more like something they give to MMOs or like borderline MMOs or like online games. Animal Crossing does not deserve to be in that category.
No.
It is.
I think the trickle update thing they're doing too doesn't really make any.
No.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It works for some people. There are still many people playing Animal Crossing, but I would agree that the online for Animal Crossing is not great. And
yeah,
it has not worked necessarily for some people. It's the same method they use in terms of Splatoon updates. So for some people it works, some people it doesn't.
Yeah, but Splatoon says Woomy, so it's better.
Okay.
It's Vimo now, brother.
Yeah. Right. Let's continue. There is, of course, a New Year's greetings from Yoshi-P that's been posted to the Lodestone, together with the usual hint. Well, we call it a hint. Sometimes it's not. We've had at least 1 or 2 of these that don't really say anything. But
normally when the expansion is not in the upcoming year.
Yeah. So obviously this year we were all eager to see what the hint would be. We'll get to that. I'll read the New Year's greetings from Yoshida, and then we'll get to the hint. Hello, this is producer and director Naoki Yoshida wishing all of you Warriors of Light a happy new year. 2020 was a year that won't soon be forgotten, and I mean that not only for our development and operations teams, but also for our players and, indeed, the entire world. Even now, the threat of COVID-19 continues to present us with unprecedented daily challenges, the likes of which we only knew about through history books. In the midst of this adversity, We're determined to provide you with a source of entertainment while remaining mindful that our team members too have their own families and are facing the same hardships as everyone else. Setting up stable working environments. It's my favorite part of... If there's one thing I hope we leave behind in 2020, it's like this. Like, setting up the business at home has been very challenging for us. I get it. Setting up stable working environments and figuring out how to get on with things was, I think, a common experience for a great many people. And through it all, we've received messages of support from a truly staggering number of players. When things get rough, it is your voices which spur us on and keep us moving forward. We thank you for all your thoughtful words of encouragement. Adapting to the obstacles of COVID-19 is an ongoing struggle, but we remain committed to developing and running Final Fantasy XIV to the best of our ability. So, where do we stand? The saga of Shadowbringers concluded in patch 5.3 and hinted at the next story to come. But of course we had patch 5.4, which then flipped the page to the final chapter in the tale of this star. Keep a close eye on the team's progress this year as events build once more to a thrilling and unexpected ending to the story, not to Final Fantasy XIV itself. I'd barely finished typing this when I had an unannounced visitor, a minstrel, as he introduced himself, on a journey from faraway lands. He placed a note into my hands, and it had this poem written on it. Oh god. So...
Oh, look.
Yeah.
Can I try reading it? Because I can't read cursive.
Oh, yeah. All right. Go on.
Okay,
this
go
is
ahead.
illegible for the most part.
Yeah.
Our progeny may never know wherefore we look into the sky, nor why we dig for truths below. We lean their acorn on watch them die.
Oh, you did so well. You did so
You did
well.
so well until that last line.
What's that? Is that acorn?
We bear their
It's
scorn
definitely...
or watch them die.
No, we lean their acorn.
We lean their acorn. I was like, oh, wow, you're going to get this, like, full, but then, yeah.
I was surprised too. I was getting it so well.
We'll discuss this. I'll just finish his post. Who is this resolute man, and what's this about his progeny scorning him? I turned to put these questions to the traveler, but he was gone, vanished, as if swallowed into a rift between worlds.
The interdimensional rift.
While we could ponder the meaning of this verse and make a few guesses, the upcoming 14 announcement showcase planned for February might help us make more sense out of it. As the day draws near and we make our preparations, I'm as excited as anyone to see what this event has in store. Meanwhile, we're entering our 11th year. Oh God, good God. 11th year of operation since the original release of Final Fantasy XIV. The development and running of an MMORPG is an incredibly difficult undertaking, and the larger in scale they are, the fewer of them survive beyond the 10-year mark. It's thanks to you, our Warriors of Light, and your inexhaustible enthusiasm that we've reached this amazing milestone. Please continue to lend us your support, and we'll do our utmost to reward your passion for the game with captivating stories and high adventure. Oh, okay.
It's your favorite again.
This, hopefully the last one.
No.
You know that's not true.
I know.
This is our world now.
I know it's important, but it's... Okay, well, we'll get through this. Lastly, I'd like to address a slightly different topic. As the battle against COVID-19 rages on, one of the toughest jobs falls on our healthcare workers, who risk themselves on the front lines to care for the infected and shield the rest of us from harm. Amongst the words of encouragement we received, there were many messages from the self-same workers that were both heartfelt and heartbreaking. These are some quotes. No matter how tough things get, I can always see my friends in 14. It gives me the strength to face the next day, and please keep it up. We need this. If anyone should be grateful for something, it's us. Thank you for everything you do. You work under enormous stress, but despite all the sacrifices you made, some people still treat you with disrespect, and it's unforgivable. Sometimes you you must just wonder why you work so... Wait, sorry. Sometimes you must wonder why you work so hard when you encounter those who clearly don't appreciate it. But you can't carry the world on your shoulders. Our earnest comments may not affect you as keenly as other pointed and thoughtless remark. Sorry, what? Sorry, I'll read that again. Our earnest comments may not affect you as keenly as one pointed and thoughtless remark, but know that you always have our gratitude and support. Allow me to offer you that at the very least. We will keep doing all we can, and I hope our efforts give you reason to smile in these difficult times. Final Fantasy XIV producer-director Naoki Yoshida.
And then there's a nice piece of artwork with Yoshi-P and his Lullafell and a Gorzu.
Yes.
And a giant bomb.
Yes. Yeah, that's the New Year's message now. This hint. It's interesting because I wonder if this was made a long time ago, back when they thought that they would be announcing the expansion in November. Because maybe this is more cryptic than it needs to be, because we would have already watched the trailer, so this would click more with us. What do you think? Look onto the sky. Truths below. Truths below.
Cracking open the earth the planet and going to see Hydaelyn. That's what it is.
Are we getting the Mordona
expansion? Yes, you're right.
Yeah, Mordona, yeah.
All right. Yeah. Do you have any thoughts about this? Has the community had any thoughts about it? I haven't even looked into this. Yeah.
I can't remember if this is a theory that I came up with. I feel like I came up with this theory based on things other people said, so I don't want to claim full credit for it. Mm-hmm. Is it possible that this is from the perspective of someone in Charlayan, and they need to look to the sky to commune with Zodiac and then low down into the earth because that's where Hydaelyn is, and then they do something in relation to this, so that it's like how Alphino and Alizé are their progeny that scorned them.
Sure.
Did you enjoy how vague that was?
Yeah, it was very. We were on a ride for that one.
This is what's his face? Alizé's dad and Alphino's dad.
Yeah.
That's the Resident Man.
Yeah.
That's who's
okay. So it was someone in chat.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah. It was from. Yeah. That's interesting. I hope it is Charlayan, because we've already we kind of want to go to Charlayan now. I'm kind of over Garlemald, to be completely
I'm getting the impression there's not much to see in Garlemald anymore.
No.
So I'd rather go to a city-state that actually exists.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. By the way, February, very exciting. February 5th/6th, depending on where you live. I can't wait, but also a part of me is it's crazy that we would have known by now. We would have known a long time ago. We would have known in November.
Trailer.
Yeah.
We would have been tiny trailer.
We would have been waiting for the second extended trailer for the FanFest that would be coming up now, right? Or wasn't there 2 planned for this year?
Were there 2 planned for this year, or were there 2 planned for last year? I can't remember the exact schedule because it's meaningless now.
Yeah, that's true. We would be guessing at a job based on a shirt. That's what we would do.
Yes.
Yes. What did you say, Rollo? Sorry.
That's correct.
I think it was just one last year. The North American one was first, right? And then Europe was January.
Yeah.
No, Japan was second, and then Europe was third, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. Japan was in December this year.
Yeah, so there would have been 2 already.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we could
would
have had
the
both
extended
jobs already.
Now. Yeah.
We could have had both jobs already.
Yeah. Well, do you not think they would have waited, because there's no new race this expansion, so they might have wanted to wait?
That's true.
I don't
You
know.
think they're
Well,
just gonna
what are we doing? This doesn't mean anything. This is a theoretical fanfest. That's never going to happen.
you know,
Yeah. Yes, but that, February 6th, we'll of course cover that. That is going to be late for Europe, I'm afraid. So it is.
prime time for Americans, though.
If I remember
Excellent
correctly,
time for me.
it's like 2:30 for me, a.m. a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fun. Yeah. So
Don't expect Mailer to be there.
No, I gotta talk to old man in bed.
by 2:30 a.m., Mail has already been sleeping for 5 hours. All right. Let's move on to date is February 6th. Right. Yoshida had a surprise New Year's Q&A. What was the website though? Do we have that up?
It wasn't a website. He went to go visit Chocobo.
Oh yeah, sorry, that was on Chocobo. Sorry. Yes,
It was
yes,
one of
yes.
his in-game Q&As.
Yes. So he answered some questions, and we'll just read them. There's 7 questions. Let's see if there's any good stuff in here. Can we? First question: Gatherer artifact replicas. If there is a demand, we will consider it. These, by the way, very short answers, very short questions. Yeah.
I wonder if there were more that were just no one's recorded so far.
That's yeah. Oh, surely someone would post it somewhere. It wouldn't make it to the. I don't think he would be able to do a Q&A that didn't make it anywhere else on any 14 resource. Can we get a checkbox in the repair window? So like you can select. Oh, that would be nice actually. That would be a nice quality of change. Quality of change. Quality of life change. Sorry, it's been 2 weeks, chat. I think that can be done, so I'll notify the UI team. Okay, that would be nice. Can we get an expansion for rings? Expansion? Oh!
More space.
I thought it was just, I want an expansion about rings. Just give me that. I think there will be something
what
soon.
you're imagining sounds like a Sims 4 stuff pack.
Yes. Oh, that's... yes, so he said there will be something soon. Ominous? What does that mean? Expansion for rings, so we'll get a bigger window? Or maybe we'll get pages?
Or maybe we'll get 2 pages for rings.
That's gonna look interesting, I think. No, it'll just have like a little, like 2 buttons.
It'll probably have just a toggle, but you have to go into the ring page to see the toggle.
Yeah, that's good. Because technically, rings is like the worst thing in the armory chest.
Rings and weapons.
Yes.
You need so many rings and you get so little space.
Yeah.
Eventually, there's going to be more jobs than there are spaces for weapons, so they need to work on that soon.
True. Oh, you know what? That's probably why he says that something's coming. Maybe they'll add like an extra page to all. Like there'll be as page 2.
I could dream.
That's a bit of an optimistic. I
don't get me hyped up like that.
I think they're going to do it to rings and maybe weapons. They're not going to give us that much free space. I think that's very optimistic.
Oh God, left ring and right ring. That is cursed. I don't. Okay, let's be careful. Yeah, let's not. Oh God, they're gonna do that. It's gonna be spaghetti. They're gonna spaghetti this up. All right. Can we get? Can we wear hats and eyeglasses at the same time?
Okay, old man. Calls them eyeglasses.
This is not me.
I'm not saying you. I'm talking to the person that asked the question.
I'm sure they are very young. This what a defense of this person. This deeply involves the core code. So it will be extremely difficult. So in other words,
that's not a no.
That's a Yoshida no.
I think that's a no.
Yeah.
What you're gonna get is Play Scholar and have one of our hats that comes with glasses.
One of those stupid little scholar hats.
How dare you?
What if they? Oh God! Imagine if like the next artifact gear for Scholar has like a hat, but then it has glasses as well. But it's those like Ray-Ban, like those cheap glasses that the white ones, the sunglasses.
Like, just normal sunglasses.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be cool. Then Scholars would be cool when I play them.
All right. Can we get? You can feel the frustration behind this question. Can we get 100% support on all headgear for Viera and Hrothgar? Yoshida said, in regards to headgear for those races, due to the unique ears and faces, it will be impossible to implement 100% support. I am sorry.
Listen, I don't need 100% support, but I need, like, more than glasses.
Yeah.
I don't need 100% support either. I was expecting for 100% support going forward, though. I didn't expect them to add more gear than
Why have they made it so like they are not afraid of having anything clip through anything else, so why not just place the hat on the head of a Viera and just let the ears just come out of it?
Love doing the New Year's event and just getting an item I can't use.
Yes. Hope you're enjoying that that New Year's helmet. Also, I saw someone. There's a picture on that was that went around on Twitter where someone's like, "I've solved the Viera hat problem," and it's it's the Santa hats, just one hat on each ear. I thought that was quite funny. That's a good idea. Yeah, but apparently it's impossible for 100%. So sorry. It's so strange.
Why would you ask? That seems so. I want everything. Like, I mean, even like a little bit more.
Yeah. All right. So, copy pasted coordinates.
This is an answer, but no question.
Oh, copy pasted coordinate links to be relinkable is impossible.
That's kind of annoying that you can't do that. But okay.
Yes. It is a little bit irritating.
Spaghetti. Can we get a party finder inside content like Bosja and Eureka?
No, Bosja.
Sorry, Bosja. Unfortunately, as you're already inside the content, this will be difficult.
So impossible.
I mean,
well,
yeah,
you know how
sure.
I think they could solve it? They would have to make a new finder. They can't use a party finder, but with the spaghetti, I'm sure they could make a finder that only works inside content. That's probably how they would have to solve that. Difficult is like a Yoshi-P maybe, but it's not priority. I feel like it's not impossible.
I'd rather just do it outside of Bosnia anyway.
Yeah, but then. Yeah, that's true, actually. I was going to say that when you're in Bosnia, you can't... maybe you realize that you want to form a party inside Bosnia while you're there. Oh, it sucks to say Bosnia. I will never get used to it.
It doesn't feel right.
No. Yeah, I guess just go outside and party up. Yeah, I don't see why you would need it inside.
In the video game, not in real life. Do not go outside and party.
No.
It's for the shy people that don't want to have to yell once they're in Bosnia looking for group.
True.
Just type LFG and the little smiley face. People love it. They will invite
That's very aggressive, Rollo.
I do the
smiley face.
I do the wave. That's what I do. LFG.
I like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that's the little Q&A on Chocobo.
Mm-hmm.
There's a new EP out.
Oh. Yay!
It's the EP3, Shadowbringers EP. Don't be afraid. Promises to keep the extreme freshly glazed Porksea and the Black Wolf stalks again. So these are all 5.4 tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Interesting exclusion here is the legendary beast, which is the Anamorphosis theme.
Right.
But you get the extreme, which this will probably be the easiest way for some people to listen to this song.
Yes, it's true. Is it on? Is this one on Spotify? This is not on Spotify either, right?
No, these will not be on Spotify
No.
anytime soon. In fact, I don't think the EPs will ever be on Spotify. I think the whole soundtrack will just go up eventually.
Yeah.
So after the next expansion comes out, they'll probably put it all on Spotify.
Yeah.
That's what I suspect.
Yeah. All right, so go get that. If you want to listen to the soundtrack of 5.4. In other news, callback campaign is currently underway. Get your friends. It started on December 23rd. It'll end on January 13th. During which logging into Eorzeans is free. If you have not been subscribed for the last, what is it again? 60 days? 30 days?
I thought it was 3 months, but it might be
3?
90 days.
I
mean, it might be 60 days. But I think it's
90. Yeah, 90 days, including the free play period. And it has to be inactive for 90 days plus the free play period. Those who fail to meet this requirement will not receive an email. So there you go. Get your friends back in for a couple of days, and then they'll never come back again until the next callback campaign. That's how it goes.
But this is not for them. It's for you, so you get the golden chocolate feathers.
True.
Exactly.
You get the red drop chocobo.
Yeah.
You send these invites to Vero and Lonigan whenever this occurs.
I used to do it every time, but they didn't even acknowledge that I had sent them the invite thing, so I stopped. So
by the way, this is just an aside. I love going to the callback campaign website and scrolling to what you get as you return as a player.
Mm-hmm.
It's you get the 7 days, the Aetheryte ticket, the silver chocobo feather, Ironworks gear.
Yeah. Well, do you get the fully upgraded one now?
Well, actually, it shows Ironworks gear, but it does. I don't know why it shows Ironworks gear, because it says you can get equipment for level 70 characters, so you can get Skaven gear.
Yeah, but you're gonna get Ironworks.
Yeah.
That's the best one. Duh.
I don't think Nero would agree.
Right. All right. Following up on the drama that unfolded last week with the refunds. 2 weeks ago, sorry. Where so for those of you that need a refresher, there was a sale on level skipped potions. They were off by 30%. However, when you purchased if you purchased one, you wouldn't get 30% off. You only got 20. So Square Enix, in their infinite wisdom, decided, you know what? Let's refund those 10% in Krista. Which I think is funny, but obviously not acceptable for most people. So there is a... So here's an official update from Square Enix on this. Update to refunds for Final Fantasy XIV online store sale prices. In our previous announcement, we stated that customers impacted by the incorrect discount would receive the difference in Square Enix Krista. We will now be making our best effort to refund the price difference directly to the purchase method that was used to make the purchase. If we cannot refund directly to the purchase method, we will refund the difference in Square Enix Krista to the account the items were purchased on. For users who have any questions about this matter, please contact us at Square Enix Support Center. So there you go. You can get it refunded, if possible, in whatever currency or money you spent. What? Did that sentence?
That's fine. People understand what you meant.
This is
people. There are some people claiming that it was an altruistic change of heart. This is completely illegal. Decision.
Yeah. It's fine though. I mean, also 10%. It's not. We're not talking big money here, but no. But it was funny. Next, Final Fantasy XIV has been updated, and I'm so sad that we didn't get to cover this, because we would have covered it if we had the episode last week. The 14 community has said goodbye to a beloved, a much beloved character, also known as Smooth Rock. We miss you, Smooth Rock. You'll always be in our hearts. But now you are gone. It's quite funny because we stumbled across Smooth. So, well, this is more Mele's theory than mine, really. But when
I don't know if I believe this.
No, I don't. Let Mele live in this world. He was very excited about it. When we did the Lala run, we encountered the Smooth Rock in Central Shroud, and it was like a good week, or maybe even more, before the memes really started to take off. So Mela thinks that we were the ones who brought Smooth Rock into existence, like into like the
public consciousness.
Yeah.
The zeitgeist.
The zeitgeist. But
no one would have seen it because no one ever goes to the crowd.
But it was interesting because when we went there, the only thing I knew that was there was that invisible wall. Because everyone kept talking about that invisible wall in Central Shroud. But anyways, I don't think that's we had nothing to do with that. But it's gone. And the day before, most servers had like this like vigils around the around the rock before maintenance. It was really very 14, exactly what I expected in a way. There was also another bug, by the way. Actually, I'll read the fixes because boy, did this patch have a few bumps. Let's
still really confused as to what caused this.
Yeah.
Like, what caused this visual like glitch in the Central Shroud based on anything that was added in 5.4? But go on, sorry.
Yeah. So the following issues have been addressed. This is from December 21st. An issue wherein an invisible wall prevented players from passing through a location in Central Shroud. That one too, very strange. Why was there suddenly an invisible wall in the middle of the staircase? Who knows? An issue in the Central Shroud where certain background graphics did not display properly. I think that's Smooth Rock.
That is Smooth Rock. And all the other weird graphical issues in Central Shroud, because Smooth Rock gets all the attention. But there was also Smooth underneath tree. Yes.
That whole area was fucked up. So they've done something. An issue wherein certain graphics in the firmament did not display correctly. Don't know what that was. An issue wherein the completion of Void quests prevented players from progressing through a certain main scenario quest in New Game Plus. Yeah.
Okay.
An issue wherein the completion of Void quests prevented players from progressing through a certain role quest in New Game Plus. Sorry, certain role quests in New Game Plus. An issue wherein the completion of Void quests caused the NPC Tainer to appear at the incorrect time when progressing through certain role quests in New Game Plus. So Void quests fucking shit up as well. An issue wherein... Yeah, go on.
Do they have the Elzen one in here from the Ghost Elzen thing?
The Ghost Elzen?
Yeah. So when you did is it the second fight of Eden, the new one? When they did like a certain attack, whatever. On every player, a fucking T-posing Elzen would appear.
Really? Wow. I have not. Wow.
People kept saying, I think it was Neilbert or whatever, that it was him.
What the fuck? That's funny. I like that. All right. An issue, I'm just going to jump a little. An issue in Malak as well, wherein an unnamed item could be obtained. How does that happen? How did that happen?
It was a blank item. You could need and greet it. I don't think you could get rid of it. I think was the problem.
Oh god, that's so cursed. Oh god, I hate that. Mela would love that, but
You can have a
I would
cursed
hate
item
that.
in your inventory.
Yeah.
I think it was removed from people's inventories with this patch, so it would have been taken from him, and he would have been very.
Oh, he would be so upset because he would be like, "Hey, Lukiel, I have this item." I'd be like,
He would just link it to you.
He probably
It'd be
can't
blank.
even link it, so I'll just have to be like, "All right, you have that item, I guess. I don't know if you do, but you keep saying that." Yes. There were issues with the limit break Doom of the Living, which did not display correctly under certain conditions. I love this one. This sounds like a really big problem. An issue wherein, under certain conditions, player characters would take damage from attacks while standing outside of action indicators.
Yes.
So all those runs you fucked up, you can blame it on the game for real now.
Yes.
This was a very specific instance, but I can't remember which one it was. But I remember a lot of complaints.
Yeah. That's not good. There's a lot of stuff that has not displayed correctly after this patch. But I think I want to find the one... well, I can just mention the one that has been fixed with Hrothgar and the Dalmel mount, which is perhaps the funniest shit I have ever seen in this game, where they didn't mount it properly. They didn't mount it at all. In fact, they're just running in place on the Dalmel.
They used it like a treadmill.
Yes, that was really funny. Yeah, an issue wherein Hrothgar riding motion on the Dalmel mount did not display correctly. It sure didn't. It sure did not display correctly. A lot of other stuff. It's a really long hotfix patch note. So they must have done something quite big under the hood that has messed some stuff up. Maybe that's good. Maybe they've been untangling some spaghetti and it just had some... fucked some stuff up in other parts of the game. So there you go. All of the weird issues from this patch has been fixed. However,
Except one.
there is one issue that has still not been resolved. Players, and this is just a known issue, which is, like I've said before, my favorite part of any patch notes, because it's essentially, yes. Well, this isn't part. This is a different post, but usually, usually when they do these, it's like at the end of patch notes. It's like, yeah, we know this is a problem. We don't know how to fix it yet. There's an issue now that's been posted on the Lodestone. Players are unable to obtain Eden's Promise card in the raid dungeons Eden's Promise Eternity and Eden's Promise Eternity Savage. I am so sorry to those of you that have been running that dungeon to get that card, because it has never been obtainable in there. Wah wah.
For a period of time, so it was reported on the official forums.
Yeah.
They initially didn't believe that this was a problem, and that's why it was released as a known issue in its own post.
Yes. So there you go.
If you're in the Triple Triad community, uproar abound.
Yeah. We haven't. Well, I guess we don't need to review. We just as a side note, we did the Triple Triad Open tournament the other day. Big gripe with that.
It's a bit of a problem with Triple Triad all time.
Can we just at least have access to like basic menu functions during that? Does it have to take exclusive control of the game? Like, because twice I've entered, well, one, custom one and one of the Gold Saucer ones. Every time I've had background music turned off, I've heard that there is a new version of the Triple Triad theme playing in there. And I have never been able to hear it, because the moment you enter, you're like, oh fuck, I have to turn on the music. No, there's no menu in there. You can't access it. I I'd like that,
the
please.
good. Draft is a fun new rule.
It is. It is a fun rule. I like it.
It really balances the field so that people that, even if you have all the cards, it doesn't matter.
Is perhaps the AI a little easy?
It's always been easy. It's always been dumb.
Yeah, it's true, but it's so obvious. Like when you're playing with real people in the tournament and you switch to them, they're like, "Oh, baby, please card." Like it's just okay. Your card placement makes no sense. Also, why have you picked all the worst cards you could possibly pick?
I cannot help you there.
No.
I cannot explain away the Triple Triad AI.
Yeah.
They're trying their best. You just judging them.
All right. Okay. Right. That is recent events.
No,
Oh, it is not.
it's not listed. We need to quickly review Heavensturn.
Oh yes, Heavensturn happened. Without like really spoiling the few things that you can spoil.
Heavensturn happened.
It sure did.
Cute cow.
Yes.
Little oxen.
It's
cute.
It's Heavensturn. It's like the one event that you know what you're getting. You're gonna pound some mochi. There's gonna be maybe
There is mochi involved.
yeah, you're not pounding it, but you're killing it.
Like every single time the NPCs like, have you pound mochi before? Be like, yeah, I pound some mochi.
Yeah.
I know what's up.
Yeah. I'm familiar.
When he asked you, did you say I've pounded some mochi before? Did you say you don't pound mochi, you boil it?
I saw
you
that
don't
one.
pound rice, you boil it.
I saw that one. I should have picked that one. I
was
didn't.
tempted to pick it.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, so it's a fate. Do the fate finish. There's another follow-up quest where you deliver let's not. That's the one like thing that we can keep. That's the one surprise you get is when like who you're doing.
Well, we won't say who.
Yeah.
You deliver mochi and you get. This is one of my favorite kinds of like small quests in the game, where you just get like little vignettes of characters that exist in the game.
Yeah.
The most
So-
interesting part.
Yeah.
So go do
It's
it.
kind of like post Moogle stuff.
Right.
I love these little insights into the world.
We need to move. Main story. So we need to do a review. We are running out of time. So we'll do it quickly. So back in the day, we used to do something called the Big Fat Insert Year Review. We don't really do those anymore. They used to be like 4 parts, massive mega episodes. But so we'll do a very short, condensed review of 2020 because it's been a shit year anyways. So how do you... Well, even the question we usually ask for this is gonna be not good. Because usually we'd be like, how do you feel this year went? How do you answer that?
For the game?
For the game.
Okay. Drought did suck.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of do miss Stormblood post content. I'm sorry. I just missed it a little bit.
I don't still do not
I don't
understand why
get it.
why you're
Just-
so onto
I don't know. Just something about the Stormblood patches. It just hit different, you know? I like the Shadowbringers ones.
I think I don't agree with you. Rollo, I don't share that nostalgia for Stormblood. I feel like I have more nostalgia for the other, like the other one, the other one also known as Heavensward. But it's been okay. So the year started like normal. We got patches came out.
5.2.
Yeah, 5.2. Little did we know that 5.2 was gonna get spread real thin that year. Obviously, we had a drought for 6 months, and then we got 5.3, which was surprisingly good compared, like, because I was expecting us to get like 5. Like diet 5.3, like a very slimmed down one because they haven't been able to do everything, but they did. It was a really good patch. I think the base one with Emmet Selk is perhaps the best one of the Shadowbringer ones. But this one was, to me at least, up there. I loved the Elidibus story. And also, wasn't 5.2... Was 5.1 the one with the political stuff in Yulmore?
Yeah.
Okay, so at least it wasn't that patch that we had to spread thin.
5.2 was the one where we started chasing after Elidibus.
True, yes. Then we had the drought, and then the drought ended. We got 5.3. We got 5.4 on schedule. We lost FanFest. That's an important thing to mention.
Yeah. It's going to be the first FanFest I went to as well. Would have been nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been the first FanFest I think most of us were planning on going to. Well, I don't know how. Mailer and Lakil go through a weird cycle where they say they're going to go, and then they say they're going to do it up, and it's like, I'll go if you go, I'll go if you go, I'll go.
And then we don't. But this time it was more. Well, actually, it was last time as well. But this year it was probably going to happen.
We had independent funding this time.
Yes. So yeah, unfortunately, it didn't happen. We're getting something in February, so there's that. But yeah,
it might blow your entire load in one stream though. And that'd be,
yeah.
Interesting.
It was sad to see how, because I always said FanFest isn't happening this year, and there was so much pushback when I said that. And then slowly, and I would bring it up like almost every episode, and slowly but surely chat starts to turn, and then eventually this guy started turning. You were the one who gave up like last, but
I want to believe.
Yeah.
But you know what? I've gotten something on you. Final Fantasy 15 isn't coming to the PC at launch.
16, please.
16.
Well, they retracted it. Georgi. They retracted it, which means they initially it could have been, but it was actually officially retracted.
Yeah, but I was always thinking that it was never going to come to the PC.
Well, that's just a guess. Mine was theory. Mine was real. My dad works for the government. I'm just kidding. He does not. Right.
I just think it would have been so funny though if FanFest did happen with everything still staying the same, the state of the world, and then it's like another COVID surge has caused by some a fan fest of some sort in multiple countries.
Yeah,
we're not sure.
That would not have been a good look.
No.
We could go down in history.
It was
fourth, like that.
Third, seventh, third. I don't know who fucking cares anymore.
I think we should be happy we didn't go on with that. Also, it was the year of every fucking interview asking about how it was like to adapt to COVID. I don't think any interview past like March of last year did not have that question. I think every single one of them had it. Hopefully that will change eventually. We're new year. Hopefully better. I'm not going to jinx it. I'm very Nostradamus. I'm going to say it's a new year, new things. That's all I have to say. All right. Anything else to say about 2020? I just want to get 2020 out of here.
How do you think... We actually also got 5.4 in 2020, technically. So we did get 3 patches in 2020, surprisingly.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it, but we did.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think the Bosnian Southern Front would have been received if we got it during the drought?
I think the same. I mean,
I think I think it'd be
the same.
To death,
yes, but sure. But
do you think we would have had more longevity because it feels like less people are doing it right now.
Yes, that's true. I think Bozja's... I was in Bozja the other day because I thought, maybe I should try to get the other relic, like a relic for the Paladin. And I wanted to try to do it through the Bozja method. I would advise against it at this point. It looks like Bozja is very dead, at least on Chaos right now. Well, I guess maybe there are times when optimal times for Bozja. But
maybe you have to get in the Discords now.
Yeah.
If they've won, you have to get in the Bozja Discord.
If that's the case, then I think we can say that Bozja definitely died faster than Eureka did.
They have such a thing against longevity and content for some reason. I don't know why.
That was not the case with Eureka. That's why Eureka lasted longer. So it was weird with this, like the whole Bozja thing, is that everything was like meant to be done relatively quickly. Well, with the exception of like the coins, which you had to get a lot of to get the augmented gear.
Still don't have all of it.
No. You get the relic during the first quest. You don't even have to do Bozja to get the upgraded relic. So there is very little left to keep it alive. And also now the coins drop. I mean, it's a good thing technically, but coins now also drop from mobs and fates. So they are killing it. They are actively killing it.
Well, they've killed the Castrum runs because there's no... Why are you doing Castrum now?
Yeah.
You can get coins outside of it, and you're just going in there to lose experience, like lose metal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm surprised there aren't more rewards from the Castrum itself.
Yeah. I'm surprised they haven't added an experience reward to it because there's like no one doing it anymore.
Yeah. It's and when we say dying, it's like, it's dying. There's no other part. That's true, but we're comparing it to Just Animos, which had no second part of this. Like the Just Animos versus Bozja at the same time in their life. Animos was definitely way more active than Bozja right now.
But the thing is, you had to be more because Animos takes forever. Takes fucking
not forever. It doesn't take that long.
It's a long one.
Yeah, but isn't that what the point is? That's the problem. Longevity versus fast.
I don't disagree. I think that is the point. I think Animos did it poorly.
Yes.
In terms of how fun it was.
Yeah.
But I think Bozja could have been could be fun if it had kept on going. If they had made it more long form content, and I would have stuck with it. Unlike Eureka, which I did not stick with.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't. They didn't make it long form content. They made it so easy to get the relic outside of Bozja.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they made the balance this way.
I do not understand what they were thinking here. Unless they have some other plan for Bozja, like in the future, like this part, the current map. Because otherwise, what the fuck? That map's gonna die. Like
it is the first part. It's the first part. So.
Yeah, we don't know yet. They might do something extra with this. But right now, it's got death sentence written on it.
Well, everyone will still need to go back into pit rank 15 before whatever's released in 0.45.
That's true. You do need that.
I think as we get closer to 0.45, you're going to see a lot of activity spike in it because still people have to finish the Castrum.
Yeah.
And so people still need to get lost items and they need to grind their rank up. So I would say for people out there thinking they're doing it, maybe wait till the a little bit closer to that patch coming out.
Yeah.
So you have some people to deal with.
Yeah. I still like Bozja. It's just
I still like Bozja. I like it more than Eureka.
The fact that we're saying that it's dying does not mean it's bad. It's just that there's nothing to retain people inside of it. There's no reason to be in Bozja if you have the relic, which you could, by the way, obtain outside of Bozja. So
very quickly.
Maybe they'll only do the first step like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Or it's like, okay, if you want to do the first step for Boz, you don't got to do it inside there. But the second step, you're coming back.
Yeah.
You've got your blue mage to 60. It is very fast to grind the first step of this relic outside of boss.
Yes.
And people doubt the utility of blue mage to this day still. Optimal farming.
All right. Let's move on to I guess that's all the noteworthy stuff that happened this year. It hasn't
Story
been
was very, very good.
Story was good this year, yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
We can talk about Eden as a whole. Sorry, Rollo, you go first though.
Yeah.
I liked the combat changes that they had to some of the classes or jobs. Some of them.
Oh yeah, that's true. We had we discussed Eden during the review. We did. So we don't have time. Right, let's jump into. We can do one interview from the backstage investigators. So we'll do the one with lead level designer Arata Takahashi. Lead level designer. Very important job.
What defines as a level? Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, we're about to find out. All right. So backstage investigators is an interview format that they have on the dev blog, where they
don't promote well enough.
They definitely do not. This is just tucked. It's not posted on the lodestone. It's just tucked in away in the dev blog. Right. Let's jump in here. So Arata Takahashi, lead role in the level design team. Some of our readers may be unfamiliar with the term level design. Could you explain the level design team's role? Takahashi says, in Japan, the word level evokes an idea of ranks and progression, like leveling up. In other regions, however, it typically means a stage or scene. Level design refers to the latter meaning, and our team creates stages and scenes. To elaborate, we propose and direct all of the scenery in-game, and we're also involved in the stage design for all sorts of content, including dungeons, raids, and the Gold Saucer. When the team is working on an expansion, for example, we design and direct the overworld and city areas, and propose ideas for seasonal events where fates are involved. You could say that, in one way or another, we've worked on the scenery for every single area you can visit in the game.
Oh, so we can blame you for the mochi pounding.
We can blame him for Smooth Rock, or thank him. Maybe we can thank him for Smooth Rock.
Send him a letter saying thank you for the rock and bring it back.
That's such a wide variety. Yeah, go on.
Sorry, quickly. Smooth Rock feels like the kind of thing that we were brought back in a Rising event.
Yeah. That's such a wide variety. You could say that all players, regardless of playstyle, have seen your work. We've talked about creating the overworld and cities in a previous interview. Taking an example from what you've listed, how is the level design team involved in creating battle content? Takahashi says, when it comes to dungeons, it goes without saying that we work on the scenery, but we also have a hand in designing everything that occurs as you progress through the instance. This includes where and how enemies appear and how the dungeon unfolds. I handled the level design proposal for the first dungeon of Shadowbringers, Holminster Switch, so I'll use that as an example to explain. Considering the story leading up to Holminster Switch, I felt that the dungeon should present a real-time portrayal of the miserable situation brought about by Sin Eaters. From there, I pieced together a story structure and its components. In the case of Holminster Switch, it was something like this. Adventurers arrive after hearing that the village was attacked. Phase 1. In the forest leading up to the village, they witness beasts being attacked by Sin Eaters and being turned into Sin Eaters themselves. Phase 2. After exiting the forest, they get a full view of the ongoing chaos and become enraged. Did you become enraged?
I was very angry.
Yeah. My blood was boiling. So angry.
I don't know if I'd say that.
So angry, Georgi. I was screaming. Phase 3.
Maybe I'm not empathetic.
They feel powerless as villagers... Phase 3. They feel powerless as villagers flee the scene, only to be attacked and turned into Sin Eaters. Did you feel powerless?
That I felt,
yeah. I felt powerless.
Yeah, I felt so powerless.
Oh no, the NPCs. The NPCs
are very Their transformation was far less disgusting than Tesline's.
Yeah,
Oh,
true.
God.
Once the structure of the story was solidified, I added mechanics and scenes, such as Sea Eaters hatch from the cocoons found along the way, and encountering villagers fleeing from the back of the village to finalize the proposal. The scenario isn't too specific about these components or what goes on in the dungeon, so level design members have room to create their own stories for them. With that said, the level design team doesn't work alone during this process. We confer with other teams, such as the event and scenario teams for story elements, and with the monster team for battle elements. Elements. So there you go. That's the basics of level design in 14. So instead of having the teams work solely on their own specific parts, is the question, various teams are working together to create each content. Now I understand how this is okay. I just want to bring this up. Every time we read like a Japanese style interview, they always do a recap of the answer. I always notice that they always recap the answer. Now I understand how the level design team is involved in battle content. On a different note, when flying in a Realm Reborn areas was introduced in patch 5.3, I was blown away by how different the scenery looked from above. I'm sure the level design was also deeply involved in this revamp. Do you have any recommended sightseeing locations or areas where you put special focus on while working on the revamp? Takahashi says, I'm tempted to recommend all of the Realm Reborn areas. I'd especially recommend standing on the palms of the statue below Highbridge in Eastern Thanlon and flying above the crane and masts of the ships in the Moraby dry dock in Lower Lenosha.
I did not realize that you could actually land in the palms of the
statue.
The besmirched. Gold saucer.
Yeah.
But it's not besmirched in the real world.
That's those are two points of interest. I was particular about adding locations where you could land and dismount and not just fly. Yeah, there's a lot of that in the Realm Reborn zones. A lot of places, because in other previous flying areas, there's a lot of places where you think you can land, but you can't. In a Realm Reborn, there's a lot of places where you think you can't land, but you can. It's they like he said, that was like a goal. Since players would have more freedom to explore, I felt it would be a shame to go without adding something for them to enjoy. I spoke directly with a staff member in charge as often as time and bandwidth allowed in order to add as many of these locations as possible. We weren't able to make all of them happen, so I have mixed feelings about it, but I'd be glad if you could discover these locations and enjoy them. Making certain areas traversable also made it more convenient when moving from one region of the map to another. You can even cross the enormous lake in Upper Lenosha without having to rely on the keycairn. That is so true. That was like a life-changing moment when I'm like, wait, hold on. This is the same map, so I can just mount and fly. And then flying over that little gap. What a feeling. Also made me like really like, because that gap isn't that big, and I'm like, why is there like a fate? Again, I know I always want like 11-esque features, but come on, like a little boat that like runs back and forth. That would have been very cute.
I mean, just build a bridge at this point with how
or
short
a bridge. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
You're running a racket. Those fucking.
True.
Well, they're probably in, I don't know, they could be in Mel Weeb's pockets telling her that they don't want a bridge so they can keep their little industry going.
Yes,
So
true.
you're telling me they're NIMBYs, is what you're saying.
Don't bring this
That's
term.
not what I'm saying for.
Not in my backyard. Not enough for
Anyways, well, looks like the keycairn are out of a job. Yeah, that's right. Stick it to them. You're no more. It's also much easier to travel through areas with large variations in altitude. As for your past work, is there a project that you found to be the most memorable? Takashi says each project is a new experience, and each one different from the last, so it's hard to pick just one. For instance, there are a number of gold saucer activities, such as Leap of Faith and The Slice is Right, where the level design team not only created the scenery, but designed the system as well. One notable example is Air Force One. 14 didn't have any pre-existing systems that worked in the same way, so the level design member in charge painstakingly put together a new system from scratch. The level design team created systems for other content as well. Each one carries a different memory, whether it be of struggle or enjoyment, and all of them remain in my heart.
Can I ask why the blow dart mechanic does not feel as good as Air Force One?
The what? The what mechanic?
Blow dart mechanic does not feel as smooth as Air Force One.
I think it's this fucking zoom feature that doesn't.
Yeah.
Zoom, it just moves the camera forward. I think.
Yeah.
It's really weird and like disorienting.
Yeah. Remember, this was also made from scratch, so I mean, they just made a better version of the blow dart system, I guess. All right. 14 has all kinds of different activities, but is there something you keep in mind when designing content? Takashi says, in contrast to... Yeah, that's the question. Has all kinds of different activities, but is there something you keep in mind when designing content? It's a oddly phrased question, but yes. In contrast to dungeons and overworld fates, when I'm in charge of designing new content or seasonal event fates, I try to create something that can be enjoyed differently from battle content. The battle system and monster teams do a great job creating battle content. However, there are various ways to enjoy the game, and I believe some players may not be as confident when it comes to battle content. As such, we challenge ourselves to go with a different design direction from battle content and create something that could be enjoyed by a wider audience. Seasonal events are one such example. This year's Moonfire Fair involved an activity where players invigorate a bombard with a flame dance to defend the beach from a giant man-eating shark. That happened. The event originated from the idea to create something unlike the usual battle content. That was a strange fate.
I liked it, though.
It is strange.
I like that it was different.
I enjoy fates where you're not doing combat, to be honest. There's one in the Zim Steppe where you're just like interacting with sheep to get their wool.
Yes.
That's all.
True. Yeah.
Still occasionally a forlorn maiden will appear. Attracted by the scent of blood.
True. All right. We need to wrap this up, actually. Let's see. We can... let's see. Can we just skip a lot of this? Because we need to actually wrap up. Do you have... You know what? I'm going to wrap it up because the rest isn't really that interesting.
You don't hear about Lodestone? What's wrong with you?
The Lodestone is a different interview. We'll save that for next week. Don't tease next week's episode. It's certainly a valuable role. Hold on. Yeah. Do you have any final words for our players who are reading the blog? Which would be very difficult because they don't really promote this at all. We'll keep creating new content and revamping things for even more players to enjoy. So I hope you continue to play Final Fantasy XIV. There it is. Next week we'll cover the interview with the web director, talking about the Lodestone, past and present. However, we're running a little over time, but we will fit in one Mog Mail today.
Yes.
So let's jump into Mog Mail. This is from Critical Cat, from Behemoth. Hello, speakers. I had 2 questions about Ascian possession. Namely, does the person that was possessed know they are possessed? I can't remember if Thancred had any real notion of his possession, or if he really speaks, if he really speaks about it once he's freed. Second, was Emet-Selch possessing the original Solvasos Galvus? I've been reading conflicting information where he was his own man before becoming possessed, and others that state it was Emet-Selch all along. If the former case is true, was Solus aware the entire time, trapped in his own body until it was killed, and Emmet moved on to his clone bodies? Or was he unaware the whole time? Thanks for your time. Thank you, Critical Cat. Oh, this one's gonna do that. Well, from what I gather, well, to be fair, he does need a body. So I guess it was someone else, right?
I think he possessed Solace at a very young age.
Yeah. So it was, it's someone else's body because he doesn't really have a form on the source. So you need to take one. Which brings us to the second question. Are they aware that they are being possessed, or do they die when they are possessed? They don't die. Yeah, because we've seen them leave bodies before. So
and is still alive.
Yeah, but he never talks about like.
Didn't he talk about it once?
Well, he talks about the fact that he has been possessed, but he doesn't say that he remembers anything, right?
I don't know if he remembers or if he was aware. Like, was his mind still active despite the fact he had no control over the body? I don't remember if that's ever talked about. I don't think so. I feel like I would remember it.
If he was aware, I think he would have told us because he would have seen lots of shit, you know.
Yeah, because he had like secret meetings with other Ascians and shit. So,
I guess he's just disoriented or something while it's happening.
Yeah, that's true. Because I'm getting like, isn't there a moment where he's like, I don't know what's happened, or like he doesn't remember, like he's, because I kind of hope that's the case. Because imagine being Solace for like, let's say he was like possessed at like 19. He's been in there until he died of old age, not being able to do anything. That's horrible. I don't know. I mean, it's horrible either way, because I guess I haven't really thought about the fact that Solace was his own person before Emmett Selk took over, and he completely changed the course of his life. was Solace like in power in any capacity back then? Do we know that? Was he at least?
We don't know when he came into power.
Okay.
We don't know what the order of operation is, whether or not Solace already started. I suspect Solace had not started to like gather Garlemald together as like a power to take over the region before he was possessed by Emmett Selk. I suspect Emmett Selk led to that.
Yeah, I have from the little we have in the lore book, it does seem like Garlemald was definitely still a republic when Solace just kind of came out of nowhere. So yeah.
Can an Ascian possess me and make me an emperor? Like I'll chill, and then like once you're done, I'll step in. But
yeah, it sounds.
Just give me some power,
I think we should be glad we don't have Ascians in real life, because that would have been pretty horrible. The fear of being like caged in your own body, just having someone else live your life.
I'll just take a nap.
That's what I would do. I'd be like the most horrible Ascian. I'd be like, I'm going to possess... I'll just possess Rollo, and then I'll just live his life. And you'll just be like...
So boring.
Yeah, I know. But like, as an Ascian, I'd be like, this is painful for him. And then I'll just do like slight things that you would never do. Like, I'll guess I'll have Diet Coke today.
Oh.
And you'll be like screaming on the inside, no!
I guess
yeah.
I would acknowledge the person sitting next to me on the bus.
Oh,
so every time you do that, it just plays like the Ascian theme.
No. Yeah. We don't really know if they are. I guess based on Thancred, I think we can say they don't remember, or they're not aware of what's happening. I think lights go out immediately when you're possessed. All right, that's I think the end of the episode. Was that all these questions I've been reading? Yes. All right. That's the end of the episode. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay tuned for the post-show if you're watching live. Remember to follow on Twitter at SpeakersXIV, twitch.tv/Speakers of Hydaelyn, youtube.com... Do that again. youtube.com/SpeakersXIV. Exclamation Discord in chat to join our Discord server. If you're watching on demand, links in the description. Remember to send us Mog Mail, speakersxiv.com/mogmail, and take care. Goodbye.
Bye.